weighing the costs. A prohibitively expensive vaccine, besides being unacceptable, will do little good. So the new vaccines which are coming out against the coronavirus, they are very expensive, and also at the same time we can't ignore them because we need them so that we won't get infected by the coronavirus. With over 6 million cases and death toll from COVID-19 approaching 1 lakh in India, it is entering the first winter of pandemic. So the current death toll of India is 1 lakh, and the number of cases until now is 6 million. And since this pandemic started, we are about to reach the first winter of the pandemic. Viral infections, particularly of the influenza variety, are also common at this time of the year, and there may be new unknown in the risks that lie ahead. So when we enter winter, we also see many new problems which may be caused by the coronavirus. Until now, we have experienced many problems, but as we go further into the winter season, we can experience even more. However, another potential milestone approaches: the probable availability of a vaccine. So, but we have one advantage. The advantage is that in this time, a vaccine is going to come out soon. Union Health Minister Harshvardhan on multiple occasions has said that India-made vaccine was likely to be available in early 2021. Um, the Health Minister of India, Harshvardhan, he has said many times that a vaccine which will be made in India will be available in early 2021. The government already has an expert committee on vaccine distribution. Their job is to decide who gets the vaccine first, how many will be eligible for the early doses, what the costs would be, and whether there should be a cost at all for the majority of the Indians, who anyway were the hardest hit by the pandemic in the summer. So the Indian government has it already has its best team on the task of distributing the vaccines. This group should decide who should get the vaccines first, how many doses should they get, who should get the vaccines for free, and so on. Storage and supply of vaccines are also problems as daunting as making one and pose complex challenges in India. So, the distribution of vaccine and storing them is not an easy task. It is as hard as making one. So, especially in India with no proper facilities, this task could be even harder. The government is yet to make its policy on distribution explicit, but the current thinking appears to be that nobody would be denied a vaccine on the grounds of affordability. So, if a person could not afford the vaccine, then we can't just ignore him, right? Because if we don't give him a vaccine, he'll get infected by coronavirus, and then he'll spread it to other people. We can't risk that much. So we should. India, our government will give anyone, even our government will give everyone with vaccine, even though they can't afford for it. There is even discussion that a vaccine may be available via the National Immunization Program. This initiative currently offers at least 9 vaccines for preventable diseases free for children and pregnant women. So there's a committee known as which is known as the National Immunization, and it actually gives free vaccines to some of the diseases, and it may also do the same for the case of the coronavirus. This initiative currently offers at least 9 vaccines, and it may also give 9 vaccines for each. The pandemic's global nature has meant that even the quest for a vaccine is international. The Gavi COVAX Alliance has emerged as the largest coordinator of the vaccine development as well as the distribution of a probable vaccine. So coronavirus proved that it can be an international deal, and also the leading vaccine producer which has on which everybody has high hopes, is the Gavi Covax alliance, and it could also do a good job in distributing them, not only in making them. Based on a combination of payments by 78 high-income countries and donations, the Gavi Covax aims to ensure that between 15 to 20% of every country's population, or at least their most vulnerable, are able to inoculate it first. So the aim of the Gavi Covax alliance is that the vaccines which are prepared by it should be given to at least 15 to 20% of the population in each country. Even though they were at least even though they were not, even though if they were if they could if they would be if they were not able to give 15 to 20%, they should at least give to the they should at least give the vaccines to the most to the persons who are at the most risk, means kids and elderly people. So the money for the vaccine which are given for free by the Gavi Covax to other countries is given by 78 other countries which have a very high income. In principle, these are laudable aims and underline the principles of equity. A paucity of testing facilities and equipment in March led to stringent restrictions on who could be tested. So, for a fact, the things which is the things which are the things which Gavi Covax Alliance is going to do, it is very good, and it is very appreciable, because everyone needs to get the vaccine, but first the persons who are at the most risk should get it. And second thing is that in India, there were not many testing testing facilities and tests before. So the restrictions are very strict, because first let's imagine that I am a tester and I have only 2 tests, but there are 5 people near me. So I should be very strict, and I should only check the persons who show the symptoms. So the thing which I am doing is a bit risky, because the other 3 persons may also have the coronavirus, but I am testing only only 2 people, because I don't have enough equipment. The same thing is also the same problem is what India is having. India used to have, but now we don't have that problem. Though the tests were free, they were first available only in government facilities, and this contributed to a significant pool of untested carriers and a rapid spread of the virus that was only marginally blunted by the lockdown. So even though these tests were free, the coronavirus tests, even though they were free, they were not available to every person in every place. So these tests left the persons who carry coronavirus with them. And even after the lockdown, we did not totally block the carriers of the virus. We only partially blocked them. Only after the number of labs expanded to both public and private labs, greater variety of tests became available, that disease management improved. Even the testing, though not expensive, was also not free. So as I said before, the current situation of India is much better than its old, because now we have many labs and many testing facilities and many tests, and also we have many varieties of tests. So currently we don't have the problem of the lack of equipment, and that's a good thing. So because of that, we are able to identify most of the carriers of the virus. It is to be anticipated that vaccine delivery will be a protracted process, and it will be a long time before the average citizen has access to it. So the distribution of vaccine will take a long time, because there are many steps in it. They can't just distribute the vaccines to whomever they want to, they should check their age, they should check their location. There are so many things to do. So it's obviously going to take a very long time. There are at least 3 Indian companies testing their own vaccines, and so a prohibitively expensive vaccine, besides being unacceptable, is also unlikely. So in India, there are actually 3 companies which could probably come up with a vaccine, and they are doing and the progress which are doing right now is very good. And the whole topic of this editorial was that a vaccine is going to come, and it may be very expensive, but everyone should get it. Otherwise, there is no use of taking the vaccine. Thank you.